I saw a TikTok before. Okay, that's gonna be so random. Did you ever think about going to Antarctica for tourism?
No.
I thought it's just ice, but
Oh.
but there's literally hotels and motels where you can stay. I was like, you can fly to Antarctica.
Why would I go and do? I don't, no hate. You do you. Imagine you go there and you have like a dance studio
Yeah.
and then all the tourists and you dance with ice bears. Kidding.
Wait, aren't the ice bears? Isn't one like North Pole and one is like penguins and the other one is ice bears? Is it called ice bears in English as well? Isn't it polar bear?
Facts.
Okay, let's start.
Let's start.
Let's
Woo-hoo!
go. What an intro. Okay, it has been like 2 years since we have talked. No, not since we have talked the last time. That would be like crazy. But like since we did a podcast together, it's 2 years, 2.5.
Yes, so
A lot,
crazy.
a lot happened in 2 years in your life, in my life. A lot happened. I remember when we did the last episode, what is by the way in German, guys, you can head over and listen to it. Also, if you don't speak German, because there's fucking AI subtitles for you. So,
Brr.
and basically, you recently moved to Los Angeles, and everything was pretty new, and you worked like 5 months or more in Snipes to just be able to finance everything, and you just moved to LA, living your dream. A lot
Mhm.
happened. Till today, you did like 2 tours in between. Shirin
Yeah.
David, Crow. You had a lot of jobs. You lived in America. You're back in Europe now. You've traveled a hell of a lot around the globe. A lot happened. I
Yes.
don't even know where to start. Do you have a favorite topic where you want to start?
I think
By the way, a
maybe.
lot of our plans are matching.
Oh, I love it. I love it too.
Yeah, that's so cute. It's giving me, I know this episode is gonna be out after New Year, but guys,
Uh-huh.
it's giving me literally, I told Edith before, she's giving me Christmassy vibes because of the sweater and the lightning, and I don't know the plants, but the plants as well. It's giving me like cozy vibes.
I
So for
love it.
everybody that's listening to this episode more in a warmer weather,
Mm,
you're blessed. We're not.
yes, it's freezing. It's freezing
Mhm.
out. No, but I don't know. Should we start from I feel like there's so many phases that I went through. And the first
Okay.
phase was like getting the visa to being signed with Block LA and then move to LA. Having my first apartment,
Mhm.
having actually the time of my life also.
Mhm.
And interesting enough, I think working in LA is so much fun if you are connected, if you have jobs. But
Mhm.
other than that, for me at least, I feel like LA is just a lot. And whenever I hear people like, oh, I want to move to LA, I want to move to LA, I'm like, yeah, sure. Sure, you do want to move to LA, but wait and see. No, I'm kidding.
Mhm. But do
But
you also feel, oh, sorry,
yeah. No, no,
do
go
you also
ahead.
feel like generally, like when I went to South America, everybody told me, what are you doing in South America? Why don't you go to LA or something? I was like, everybody wants to go to LA. I don't know. It's like, that those thing, this feeling of everybody's doing it now. I don't want to do.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And it's not
It's
like
interesting.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have anything against LA, but I'm just like, I don't know. Everybody wants to go to LA. It's like a trend dream. I mean, they have a
Mm.
lot of agencies and everything. I don't know. Like, how do you feel about it? I have the feeling it's like you need to go to LA.
Yeah, that's true. I love that nowadays also there's people like you who say, I don't want to go to LA. And you don't feel the pressure of like everybody going, but as well as I think I also had the pressure of what if I don't like LA anymore, but everybody else is in LA? Like, am I doing something wrong? So that's already like
Mm,
something to think about. Like, what do you want actually? And I wanted the LA experience and I had it, and I'm still not done. But I've learned so much that maybe what I wanted when I was 18 is not the same as what I want when I'm
mm,
25 now, you know? And
mhm.
I done really cool jobs. I also did like two huge national commercials for like Samsung and Target.
I saw.
Yeah. Or I dance for at the Kids' Choice Awards with Kid Cudi, or in the music video with Panic at the Disco and Sir, and just so many different artists. And you're gonna have so many opportunities, but then also you have to think about not every opportunity is for you, and you don't want to do every opportunity. And I think a lot of the times we maybe get lost in the LA hustle culture because we think we have to do so much and everybody else around us is doing everything. Me included, I was so hectic and I was so stressed. I've never been this stressed in my life before. But also there's such an energy of like you just wanna make it work, and you wanna achieve all these things. And I really believe if you want it and you have talent and you just work hard, you're always gonna get where you want to be. So if LA is something and a place where you feel comfortable and you like that hustle culture, then this is the right place for you. If you feel like you also want maybe your family and friends around and you want to step out of your comfort zone, but not on every daily second, then maybe LA is not for you. But that's for everyone to decide for themselves.
Yeah, of course. Let's hit pause for a second.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, I have known Edith for quite some while now, but do you want to present yourself for the people who have no idea who you are real quick?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Edith Simone Morales Sen. I was born and raised in Vienna, Austria, and I live in Berlin right now and also kind of still in LA. I've been dancing my whole life, and I've been doing like, how do you say that? Meisterschaften.
Competitions?
Oh yeah, I've been doing competitions since forever, and then I started going on camps, the usual dancer thing that you do. I also do acting, and yeah, dance has always been my love. I do styles like hip hop, commercial, heels, Afro, modern. I did ballet for a while. I've danced for people like Dua Lipa and Jason Derulo and Akon and Betty G. And I've been doing a lot of things. And now, yeah, I'm curious what is coming next in my phase of life.
Okay, before we go back to your phases, I'm Lisa for the people who don't know me. I have this podcast since 4 years already. We started with episodes in German, English, and now there's also a Spanish line. If you're by any chance speaking Spanish, you can go head over there. We're currently launching the new line as well. We have two Instagrams. We have grenzenlos.ydp, and we also have grenzenlos. Oh my god, that's in English, not at all working. Grenzenlos.let, exactly. And also, if you by any means want to support this little project, you can definitely, I don't know, hit the subscribe button. This is the best way to support us, to follow us on Instagram, or as well, guys, you can write comments on Spotify. I saw that recently, that this is possible. I had no idea. Write some comments on Spotify or give us a 5-star recommendation if you feel like it. Okay, and now we go back to Edith and her faces.
I love it. Yeah. I think you learn a lot when you actually do something. And I think a lot of people are just scared to actually start something. So I'm really happy that I did go to LA, and I experienced living by myself for the first time and doing all these cool jobs and hustling. And that was 2 years ago. And then last year I felt like I need a break from this universe of LA. And I went back to Europe, and that was actually the for me the best and most exciting year of my life yet, because as you said before, I was doing 2 tours. I shot a huge national and now international commercial. I fell in love with a really special person in my life, and I think that just that just comes to show you really, it sounds so cheesy, but you have to do what feels good for your heart. Because if you just chase somebody else's dreams, you're just gonna be lost. And I'm so happy that I went back to Europe last year. And I had doubts of like, oh, what do people think of me when I'm not in LA anymore? And I have the visa, and I'm so grateful, and I worked hard for it. But I'm so happy that I just went for it. And now I think I'm in a phase where I wanna expand and do different things, still dance, choreograph, but also do acting and just, I don't know, create new things and also settle myself a little bit. As in, like, I'm always traveling around the world. I don't know, for anyone who's listening, if you have the feeling you have 3 homes at the same time across the globe, but not one is really your home. I can relate. And I think it's important to also have your own place and little like sanctuary if you have the chance, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody ever ask you about, or ever say something about you not being in LA anymore?
Actually, no. I think it's more friends that are very interested or people
Of
from the
course.
industry that always ask me like, oh, I mean, they did ask me, but I didn't feel like it was in a judgmental way. It was more like, how do you feel about LA? Why are you not there anymore? Don't you have the visa? You know, but actually it didn't really ignite a big feeling inside of me, but I realized I did kind of like try to talk it like, yeah, you know, it's not for me anymore, and like try to like dim it or like, I don't know, kind of like not, I was honest, but also I didn't want to be fully honest that I'm deciding that it's not for me anymore. It was more like, oh, LA is so bad and it's not for me, rather than I actually don't want to live there anymore, you know? Yeah.
Oh, I have another point because you were saying something. I know, especially because you said the last year has been one of the best years that you lived, and a lot happened. And I recently think a lot about La La Land. Have you seen La La Land by any chance?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes.
first of all, do you like it?
I mean, I watched it like a couple years ago, but I think I like it. It's
Okay,
also sad. It's like,
yeah,
kind of,
it's hella sad. It's like
yeah.
basically the two protagonists do not end up together. It's like hella sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think it's such a piece of art because it reflects more the reality of life, you know? And yesterday also kind of I talked with my therapist about it yesterday, and it was so interesting because basically if you want something in life, you know, you can't have everything. You can have anything, yes, but you can't have everything. And
Mhm.
also when you said you moved to LA, but well, you didn't have your family around, you didn't have that around, but you had the dream there, but you had to give up other stuff, right? And being
Mm.
back in Berlin, you're not in LA anymore, but you found the love of your life. Maybe you have a lot of people around you that you probably missed. You also have jobs. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you think like that's a philosophical question now, because I guess we don't have an answer to that. But do you
Mhm.
think you can have everything, or do you think
Mm.
you always need to give something up to have another thing?
That's a really good question. I feel like, for me at least, I want everything.
Because I'm also like that. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
everything is possible. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I want everything. And I think you can have everything, but maybe not at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think, but then you have everything. I don't know. It's so
Not at the
philosophical.
same time.
Yeah. Because I feel
Mhm.
like you can have a stable income, you
Mhm.
can have a family you love,
Mhm.
but maybe you can't have. No, honestly, I feel like you can have everything, but just maybe not as crazy. You know what I mean? Like, if
Mhm.
you want to
Balanced.
make a yeah, balance. I think
Mhm.
balance is the word, because if you want to have a career and you want to become an Olympic sports, I don't know, runner, you would have to give up your time. Probably 95% of your time will go to that. So the other 5% is for other things. So you can't really have everything. But if you maybe find with, I just want to be a professional runner, I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying. I'm just trying to like make it make
Go
sense
ahead.
for my
Go
brain.
ahead. Yes, me too. Me too. We're just figuring it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, maybe if you just want to be a professional runner, you're still going to be at a high level and maybe still have a family and still have a life outside of your career. So I'm still figuring it out as I go, because a lot of the times I was also like, in my head, I can only either have my career or my boyfriend, you know? That was always like a clash. And now I'm starting to realize, but what do I need instead of what do I want? Do I need everything, or do I just want everything? And I think that's a really important question to ask, because maybe you don't want everything. Maybe you think you want everything. Maybe your ego wants all these things that actually are not important to you at all.
Ego is such a good point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love how we got there from the
Me too. Me too. I wanted to add something. Basically, because you said, you can't have everything, maybe not at the same time, but at the end of the day, you can have everything, and you have the phases you go through. But as well as you said, that let's stay with the example of the Olympic sportsman person, whatever. But still, this person that has a high level and has his family, a love life, everything that one desires. This person still probably spent years of practicing to get to that level. And also, you told me in private before that you're kind of done with all of the hustle culture. You want to chill more right now. And it's not only about the hustle, and you need to just do it and do it and do it, and then you can reach everything. Yes, you can reach everything. And I remember, like, back then when when you're doing your workshops in Vienna, the intensives, industry intensive, the growth intensives and everything. I know a lot of people here in Vienna and Austria especially look up to you because of the fact you made it out of Austria. That sounds so, but she made it out of Austria. Oh my God. And yes, you did a lot of stuff like that. Is completely valid. Fuck, I just lost my point.
That's okay. But I have something to add.
Yes, add something.
I feel like for the Olympic, because I feel like the only person who can like answer this is an Olympic sports person, maybe. But I think it comes with conditions. I think you can have everything, but with conditions.
Okay, I think you can answer the question as well, because my question was, I got my point again. Basically, you told me you're done with the hustle culture, and I remembered your intensives and everything. You were like, guys, if you want it, do your plans, do your goals, start with small steps. Don't start with, I want to work in LA next year. Start with, okay, what can I do today and everything. And now you say you're done with the hustle culture. But my question is, basically, you spend all of the years hustling. Now you have an established spot in the scene. Now you have your security. Now people know you. Now you have the people you're working with. You're with agencies. Now you can chill because you have all of that. Sure. Or do you think all of that would have worked out as well with stressing yourself less, not hustling that much?
I think with stressing yourself less, yes. And I think we have to redefine what hustle means, because I think a lot of the times hustle means, or at least for me, it meant doing the most at every second and running around like a chicken without a head, what I like to say, like crazy. But I think it's important that you know your goals and you work consistently.
What's the goals?
Yeah. And work, we always hear like, don't work hard, work smart. But like, what does that even mean? It just means that you know what you want, and every day you consider a little bit of your time towards that goal. And then that's a healthy way of hustling. I just meant I don't like the way of hustling where I feel like I have to do everything at once. I'm still like, but it's a good point. Now I'm at a point where I've done so many things and went out of my comfort zone so much that I established myself, and now I still can't chill. Don't get it wrong, I know, but I know how you meant it.
Yeah. I didn't mean like chill, that you're like just sitting around. Now more in the way of, you have people calling you being like, hey, did you want to go on the job with me? Probably,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Financially speaking.
Yeah. And I'm really blessed that I'm at this point, but I also worked for it. So for sure, if you want to get somewhere and you're not there anymore, you probably have to do a little bit more effort.
Mm.
And I think just the effort changes in what you have, because now I have to make the effort that it stays like that, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
maybe people before have to effort to get there
Get there.
first. Yeah. And what does it take to get there is up to you. And for example, I just know myself better now, obviously. And I think throughout the process of like trying to get somewhere, you get to know yourself better of what you want to do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because when I was younger, I was the one girl who was like, there's an intensive with really good choreographers, working choreographers in London. Bet I'm gonna move to London for 1 month. Or I'm gonna spend money and try my best at the EMA's audition, 2019 or something. And I went there with my own money. I didn't know if I'm gonna get it. And then I got it. Stuff like this, I think is important if you can afford it, obviously. But at some point, maybe you don't have to do these things anymore because then you're more specific of what you want.
Mm-hmm.
That answered you.
Also, I feel like, yeah, first of all, you need to invest yourself first before making money out of it, I guess.
Yes.
So first you need to put a lot of money on your own to travel, everything you said, and then maybe one day you can do all of that being paid for it,
Yeah.
100%. And also, I think with the whole hustle culture, there's like specifically those I don't want to say trends because it's like everybody has his or own dreams, but I do feel like as a dancer, it's like also location wise, depending on where in this world you are, there's certain trend dreams that people have that everybody wants to do. And as you said, only along the way you figure out if you for real like it or not. And I need to
Mm.
say, like 2 years ago, I wanted different stuff than I wanted now. Because like honestly, like 3 years ago, I was like, oh my god, I also need to go to LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also thought I need to go there, and now I'm like, it doesn't call me, it doesn't call my attention, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And I think along the way you get to know, because there's so many ways in the dance world how you can make money, how you can establish yourself, whatever you want to do. And I have the feeling sometimes we only have those trend dreams in front of us, being like, oh, I need to do that. And some people then get frustrated because they recognize, okay, that's not for me, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Or some people are just like, okay, I don't like it as much, I go another direction. So I feel like you need to draw. Yeah, people often told me you need to, like, if you can say you have the dream of being a dancer, but to know if it's really your dream, you once need to try it, and then you can for real say if you want to be a dancer or no.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I think about the hustle thing, and I'm still figuring it out. I don't have the answers to that. But for example, in LA and America in general, I feel like they start from a way different starting point where we start. We obviously, I say we as in a lot of Europeans, I would assume,
Mm-hmm.
are more privileged than a lot of Americans.
Yeah,
I
only
mean,
talking about the health system and everything, right?
yeah,
Because we have a security system, we don't
yes.
need to worry about basic security. I think it's that financially.
Yes, yeah. And I
Yeah.
think just in the dance world, I think that's the thing. I think it's really important for you to know what you want. And I'm really honest, I don't know if I want to work as much on that dream anymore as a dancer than I did when I was 18. But for example, when a choreographer comes up to me and says like, go full out, like why don't you go full out all the time? I'm just like, maybe I don't want to. And I feel like just the hustle, like
Mm-hmm.
even the small things, the hustling of a lot of Americans in the dance industry, they don't have any other option than making this dream work. And I think that's why they work not, I don't know, I can say they work so much harder, but they just work really, really hard to make it work because they don't have any other chance. And I think it's really inspirational that they have like the strength, the people that want to do it, that I have the strength to really go for it 100%. But I think it's just important that it's okay if you don't want to be that person. That's what I want to say.
It's interesting that you said, the Americans and the Europeans, because I was talking, that's like, I don't know. I had a talk with somebody about that. You can't generalize it at all, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't been talking with a lot of Americans about this, honestly. But somebody
Yeah.
once told me that the Americans, and she was an industry dancer on stages and everything, she told me that the Americans are actually looking up a lot to European dancers, how we are doing stuff and how we are processing in our career and everything. And for us, it's the other way around. We're like, oh my God, you're in LA, you know?
Yeah.
And kind of to have like those perspectives of, first of all, Europe is so fucking small. Like that's something I realized this year. I felt like Europe is so big, but Europe is so fucking small, to be honest. And sometimes I have the feeling we're Europeans are like we feel like we're the world, but we're so
Yeah.
small, to be honest. So it's kind of cute, yeah.
I know.
How does I don't want to say the effort, but like this, not the struggle, however you feel about it, how does maintaining your position right now feel like effort wise, emotionally wise, in a sense of what do you need to do for it to
Yeah.
maintain it, and also how do you feel about doing that?
Yeah. Um, I feel like it's always also like a constant battle with yourself. That you feel secure, but you also want to do more. And
Sorry, I didn't want to laugh at you. I was just like, I'm the same. I was like, I'm fine actually. Wait, we're way too ambitious to stay like that.
yeah, yeah. So I think that's a good thing to have, is that inner fire. I don't know, that even if you're doing good, you still want to do more or achieve more. And I think it's the balance between like, okay, I'm grateful for what I have and let me work towards something else. And I think how to maintain it is keep showing up. And this sounds so generic because you hear it everywhere. Keep showing up, be consistent, blah, blah. But I mean, just like keep showing up and find other ways. Like sometimes I feel bad that I'm not doing as many classes anymore, because when I work so much, I don't feel like necessarily going to classes. But I try. So what I do, I try to push myself and go to classes, for example, like with people like Fatu, where you can learn so much, Lindy, Missy, Dennis Weckbach and so, like here in Berlin at least, that's just a few that I named. But or Daniel Asamoah is a really crazy dancer, choreographer.
Can you say that you're like way more picky now, way more you're focusing more on quality training than on quantitative training?
Exactly. I think that's what I want to say, is that what I do now to maintain it is do quality training, and then also showing up for myself outside of dance. I'm still figuring this life out where I want to kind of like also be more social, as in like connect with people really, like connect with people in the industry, yes, but also on a deeper level. You need friendships, you need people that you can trust and people that can trust you. And I think that's how you maintain a long lasting, I don't know, long lasting. I mean, I'm only 25, but I think that's how you can keep that good base that you have, like good energy, show up for yourself, but don't beat yourself up if you don't go to classes that much, but still try to stay active and still be great,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because you said consistency. Generally, do you feel the need to show yourself still in the scene? Because you said like you're not taking so many classes, you're doing your jobs and everything, but do you feel the need, I need to go show myself? Like im Deutschen
Yeah.
macht das so viel Sinn. Like in German, we say, na zeig dich mal her. Like when your
Yeah.
grandparents or like, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I still feel like it, I have to say. I
Mm-hmm.
don't do it as much, but I think maybe it's also anxiety, where I'm like, I actually should do that. I
FOMO.
should, yeah, I should show myself, like, what if, you know, yeah, I think I don't have the answer to that, but I think it's something you kind of have to do, but also don't stress yourself too much about it. And it gives me anxiety as well to be like showing up to a class and then
It's like, hi, I'm still here.
Yeah, or like showing up to a class and then maybe some people expect you to slay. And maybe I don't feel like slaying that day. Maybe the choreo is so hard that I can't slay. I'm not perfect, you know? But I think then it's also just trying to like do like la 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 la, I can hear you guys and do your thing. But I think it's easier said than done because I don't have the answer to that yet.
I often thought back then,
Yeah.
once you're more established, once you're more, I don't know, on a higher level, you don't have so much pressure anymore because you're already good, you know? But then apparently comes the pressure of, oh, now I'm good. Now I should be like delivering because people know I have this in this position, you know?
Yes.
So that's actually shitty.
I mean,
So the stress never stops. No, but I think like mentally you just need to be like, as you said, like close 2 years and just be like, okay, I'm just doing me and I'm just here for myself for training. And at the end of the day, everybody's doing that, right? I would say, I guess, I hope.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to remind yourself, okay, I got to the point where I'm right now because I worked hard. So I still have to show up, obviously. I can't lay back and relax and expect everyone to book me and not do good. You know?
I think like the biggest mistake that you can do once you're like in the industries or like what I've heard is to think you're already that good, so you don't need to train anymore and you just stop because the industry is like developing, then there's Afro coming, then there's other styles coming, and as soon as you're like done, you're missing out on the new trendy thingy stuff.
True. That's so true.
Okay. Showing yourself, what I know, you're not so active on Insta currently, right?
Yes, correct.
Actually, I don't know. I see like one story of yours in 3 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sometimes like, oh, Edith is in Greece now. She's doing vacation. Sometimes I'm like, oh. But that's it. And actually, as well, your last post was like, I don't know, an eternity ago. May?
Yeah. I think in May.
Yeah, but like generally you don't post a lot, right?
No, not at all.
No.
It's November, and I posted something the last time in May. That's a long time.
A lot of people say, and somebody also told me, oh, you need to be more on Insta, you need to be like showing yourself and post everything so people can see you and everything. Don't you do that anymore now because of the fact you're like already more established? Or are you of the opinion as well that you don't need Instagram to be successful? Because you're now successful also without Insta, because like what you posted was just a class video last time, right? You're just enjoying it, what I remember.
Yeah.
So you're doing, as you said, you're doing a lot of jobs, tours, and everything, but you don't post a lot about it. You don't have it like as your I mean, Insta is your CV, but like portfolio, you know.
Yeah.
You don't show each job that you're doing. Hi guys, I'm doing this job right now on Insta.
Right, right. I think something in my mindset changed because it doesn't, for me personally, it doesn't align anymore to be posting about every job I do. It just doesn't feel, I don't know, something inside of me is like, I don't just want to post it to show everybody how great I think I am or how grateful I am for this job. If I really feel grateful for it, I'm gonna let the people know who are on the jobs, you know. But I also love for everybody who wants to celebrate with the other people and showing what they do. Like I think that's also really great. I just know for me that I think it's really important when you start out or like when you don't feel like actually it's important again to feel like inside of you, how do you want to treat your Instagram page? And I think if you're not an established professional yet, you should definitely post high quality content. And it's not about how much you post, it's really about like
the
do
quality.
you have good pictures? Do you have really good videos where we can see you clearly? You're not like in a class of like with 10 other people, you're in the center. It shows your best, you know, style that you're in or versatility. So I think that's really important and kind of is a must, I feel like, in the industry for people also to see you and if they don't know you to book you. And I know for a fact that I want to go back and post more, you know?
Really? Oh, I would
Yeah.
not have expected that, honestly. Okay. Okay, no, I thought like you're like just chilling now and you're like posting your vacations here and there. Okay.
It kind of stresses me, to be very honest. I
Yeah.
think I'm also a little bit anxious about it. And maybe it's also an imposter syndrome. I don't know. But I'm like, what do people think of that video if I'm gonna post it? You know, I think so much about like, oh, what do they think? Is this good enough? You know, is this clean enough? Is this fun enough? You know, so I get into my head and then I'm rather like, I don't post anything at all, so I don't have to deal with it. But I think it's also nice to actually celebrate with your peers what you've done. But I just don't see myself in the light anymore to just show what I've done to flex. I think that's what I want to say. Like
Yeah. You don't need to.
it doesn't feel right to me.
I also
Still
have,
very,
yeah.
yeah.
I also, for me personally, what I'm doing, I'm only like, especially also when you said like, telling the people thank you in person, if it felt good and everything. I also kind of like how I treat my Instagram now. I'm like, I only post it if it for real felt good, because I have the feeling like talking energy wise. If I didn't feel good in that class, but maybe I danced well, and I'm gonna post them like, oh, such a nice class, and yeah, maybe it was a nice class, it doesn't have anything to do with the person, but I honestly didn't feel good while doing it. What kind of energy am I putting out there, and what kind of energy am I attracting back? Because it kind of feels like lying to myself, because for real, it
Yeah.
like actually didn't feel good.
Yeah.
So what I'm posting, and I don't know, you can see like it's like a two-sided thing, because at one side that leads to me only posting the best moments of my life, and Instagram and
Yeah.
authentic. Yes, it's still authentic, but also when people told me, oh my god, your travels looked so nice those 3 months and you lived amazing stuff, and I was like, I really did, but there
Yeah.
was a lot of shit happening too, you can't imagine.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
imagine. um but I don't know, for me I figured it out like that, because I was like, I don't know, energy wise, I don't like to put something out there and be like, oh my god, that was so amazing,
Yeah.
if for real it didn't feel good for me. I don't know, I feel
Yes.
like it would just come around, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. I think that's also how I think people can feel if you're authentic or not.
Mm.
Probably we can't say that in everything you post, but I think we can tell if you're flexing or if you really
Oh yeah.
enjoyed what you did,
Yeah.
and everybody's different, so it's fine. And I think I'm just like I got a little bit sensitive about like Instagram because it's
Mm.
just stressful, but I know actually I have to find, or I want to find a way where it's not as stressful for me anymore, where I can just be like, okay, cool, actually I want to share this and I don't care what people think,
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Mm.
get to that point
Oh my god, I
again.
remembered you also, like, that's not where you so long ago, but I remember you had a TikTok phase as well, right?
Yeah.
I do remember. I do remember.
I don't know, but TikTok, that really stresses me. This is not a
Yeah.
platform for me because I get perfection. Like I don't just want to learn something for like 2 seconds and then post it. And I'm
Mhm.
like, good, you
But you
know?
did a good job on it.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate
did a
it.
good job.
Appreciate the love.
Yeah, I was watching your TikToks, girl.
Okay. Sure.
But I don't know. With TikTok, I can also say like I'm not getting warm with it. I don't know. Can you say that in English too? It's like a German phrase. Mit etwas
Yeah.
warm werden.
Yeah.
I guess
Maybe.
so. I guess so. I'm not really friends with TikTok a lot, but sometimes we have our phases as well.
Mm.
Yeah, but I 100% understand. Mm. But I think as well, like for you, if you want to like figure out, no, that's another thing that I wanted to bring in before that. Because actually, how many followers do you have on Instagram? You actually have a big following, right?
I mean, 13,000.7.
Yeah. Do you feel like the stress comes from that you feel like you have more visibility as a dancer? Or do you think like that stress, like posting, if you, I don't know, Edith, imagine, okay, if you would have
Yeah.
like a profile with just your people that you know in person, I don't know, let's say like 300-400 people, I know the people you worked with, whatever, would you post more or nothing?
Good question. I think I would post more if I had a private Instagram account where it's just close friends, because then I don't feel like anyone would judge me. But yeah, maybe because I think that's also because also obviously really big choreographers follow me, or like also friends that I respect that are in the dance industry that I I just want to look good, you know? I just want to and that's like a people pleasing thing maybe, like I want people to like me in that sense of like what I deliver in my work. And I think that's also maybe something that comes with being an artist, to try to not only focus on that because you have to fucking like it. You know what I mean?
I know what you
But
mean. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not that person who can tell you just do your thing, because I don't do it in terms of Instagram. Just post it. I'm like,
No.
I get it that I get that you don't post it. But if you come to me and ask for advice and you're a dancer and you wanna get somewhere, then I'm like, get over yourself and post it.
Yeah, giving advice is always easier than doing it yourself, right?
100%. But we have to be real. We have to be real.
Yeah. That's why we're doing this podcast, guys. So you all can see that we all have FOMO
Yeah. So real.
and people pleasing. But you know what I thought as well? Because actually, I don't know if it's like, yes, people pleasing, yes. But sometimes I like to think that we love what we're doing. We have our passion. We love our art. So the criticism we sometimes have towards ourselves is actually only meaning that it's important to us, you know? And I think like if you see it through more love, oh, you remember you told us always you need to see yourself through more loving eyes. Or you
Yes.
said it to me. I don't know. I think you told me that like a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
if you see it with more love and everything, I'm like, yes, I am critical with myself, but only because I like what I'm doing and I do love what I'm doing and I have passion
Yeah.
for it. So I think
Yeah.
if you see it like that, you can calm down a bit for a second. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, you're not the worst dancer in this world. You're just a bit hard on yourself because you love what you're doing. So chill and breathe.
Yeah. 100%. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. No,
I have to
100%.
remind you with your own words. That's amazing.
Yeah. No, I'm just like not dealing with it right now, and I don't want to deal with Instagram.
I get it.
So, but I think it's really important what you say, like to look at you how you would look at a friend's video, because I don't think you would be so judgmental
And
at
go ahead.
I don't think you would be so judgmental to your best friend's video or
No
to your
way.
younger self's video than to yourself.
And honestly, it is.
Yeah.
How long do people watch your videos? The first 3 seconds, and then they go to comment, and then they scroll on.
That's true.
That's kind of like that's reality, you know. You can check the statistics. Like people, most of the time, they don't watch the whole video. They're just like, oh, I already know this girl is good. Let me comment, let me support. What is amazing. Thank you for the love. And then
Yeah.
people go on to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of takes away the pressure, honestly. And then what takes away the pressure too is like if you post something, the people that want to see it, they're gonna
They
watch it.
watch it.
And the people that really support you, they're gonna support you, even if it's a shitty video.
And
And I
even
think
though
that, yeah.
they support you as a human being, if there's the video or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's gonna be a a comeback of Instagram. I feel it.
Guys, New Year's coming up. I don't know. New Year already began when you're going to listen to this episode. Maybe
Yeah.
she's back on Insta, so you better go check it out.
And also news drop. I'm gonna be in a movie coming out this year in July.
Let's
It's
go,
gonna
girl.
be
Slay.
Whoop. Actually, I'm gonna be in the movie as an actress, and it's gonna be in all theaters in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. you can for sure also stream it online if you are down. The movie's called Mädchen Mädchen, in English, girls, I guess. Um, and I'm really excited. So that's something new I'm working on my acting career, and I'm really excited where it's going. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. That sounds amazing. I remember when you not recently, it was a year ago as well, when you told me, no, 1.5, 2 years, that you went to your first acting workshop in LA or something like that. I was like, that's so
Yeah.
nice. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. And I feel like I manifested it because
Yeah.
everywhere I went, I was like, yeah, how was LA? And I'm like, yeah, it's doing good. And I'm doing also acting. And yeah, I'm gonna do acting now. I'm an actress now, even though I wasn't really working as an actress, but I was like, yes, I'm an actress now. And now I am an
An
actress.
actress. Guys, that's how manifesting works. But are you manifesting like a manifestor or a manifesting generator?
I'm a manifesting generator.
Oh, me too.
Wow. For the people who don't know, that's not numerology, it's called human design, where
I
you can
Mhm.
where you can see what kind of manifestor you are, how you get to your dreams. It's really, really interesting.
What are
Human
the
design.
other two? There's four, right?
I think there's a generator, then there's a manifestor, then there's a
Mhm.
manifesting generator, and then something else. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, comment it down below right now if you know the fourth one.
Download human design and check out what your generator is. But it's really interesting to learn about yourself, how you maybe achieve more things, how you work with challenges and within yourself. It's really cool.
That's interesting, yeah.
You know?
I'm not so well informed about human design. I just know that I'm a manifesting generator.
Love it.
But yeah, I love it. I love the sun in your face, by the way. It's so cute. There's sun in your town, in mine, not.
Well, that's the first sun in 2 weeks, so
By the way, going back to the topic before, you know what I always loved about you? What I always like when people like when I get the chance to be talking about you, my love, whenever it comes up, you know what I always love about your work, how you approach dance, or at least it I don't know, you transmitted it like that. You always have been talking to each of us eye to eye, telling us you can reach the same, you can reach whatever you want, and you always were the most loving and supportive in the most authentic and pure-hearted way
Mhm.
that I experienced from your side. And I just want you to know that not everybody's like that. I hope you know that too. And that for a lot of people, this is pretty special because from you, for real, from your side, I never felt I just sell you this because it's my program. I didn't feel an opportunistic, oh, I'm somebody to teach you something now, or I don't know. From your side, I generally always felt a lot of love and I want to see you shine too. Not only because, oh, I'm doing this and now I can teach you how to get there. And
Yeah.
that's something pretty pure that I really, really loved about your programs, about you as a person, as a human being. Let's put it like that. And I think I never told you that. That's why I'm telling you now. So
Oh, thank you.
easy.
No. No, I'm just happy that whatever I experience or think is important, that I can pass it on. And I always say, take whatever you feel like aligns with you, what I say, and what doesn't, just leave it. Yes, because I don't have the answers. I feel like no one has a true answer to something. It's just a personal experience
Yeah.
and it's subjective. So I
Yeah.
think just go with it and pick the people you look up to, pick the people you want to work with one day, pick the people. I don't like this to say like that you want to become, because you can't become somebody
Mhm.
else,
And
first
you
of all,
shouldn't
and you shouldn't, period.
be yourself. Yeah.
Yes. But I think just surround yourself with people that uplift your spirit. If it's work-wise, if it's
Cute.
personally, if it's emotionally, if it's just a good friend that you can talk about cats with, and you have the best time, you know? Like two things
I
that
love it.
lift your spirit, really. It's so important because we get caught up in the dancing, and dance is our life, and I breathe dance, and that's good, but
I
also
breathe dance.
dance in our lungs. No, but I think it's really beautiful if you're super passionate about dance, and you should never lose that. And also try to see outside, like, how is your life and how do you feel in your life? I think it's really important.
Mic drop.
Hashtag growing up.
There we go. No, I love everything that you just said. I 100% have the same opinion. I think you should always go into the direction that feels good to you. Because I have the feeling like our intuition is really, really strong. We just need to allow it, you know? Yeah. And that
100%.
also includes, the people, the opportunities around you, and everything. And also what I want to say as well, if somebody wants to sell you the one truth out there, that doesn't exist, guys. Talking with so many people in this podcast, there's not a black and white in the dance scene. There's so much gray, blue, pink, yellow out there.
And so many different opinions.
Oh,
Probably
hell yeah.
the next person's gonna say, you have to hustle your life.
Yeah.
Because, and then they're gonna have good reasons for that. And for some people, it's like, yes, 100%. And for some people, it's like, maybe not, you know?
You also need to have in consideration in what kind of phase is the person that you're listening to currently. Also, what
Yeah,
but
that's deep.
Also in the sense of an advice that I really actually like from somebody: don't take advice from somebody that is not living the life you want to live.
100%.
Taking dating advice from that one friend who always fucks up their relationships doesn't help you at all. To put it in a metaphor,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
No, that's so true. That's so true. You should write that down.
Guys, I'm gonna be publishing a book with those quotes, I tell you, one day.
No, I think it's really important.
Yeah. Because it's not about, it's a wrong or right. It's more about, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want to attract? And I don't know who is kind of living the life you want to attract. And then you can take notes on that. But it doesn't make sense to take notes from somebody else, from a life that you don't feel like living. Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. Okay, let's slowly lead to an end because I think we already have an hour-ish of talking. Is there something that I don't know, that you want to sum up, that you kind of want to scream into the world right now, that you want to tell people, dancers, your younger self, whatever? Is there something that you kind of want to give the people along the way to end this episode?
Yes, I'll try to sum it up. I think because in the phase that I am right now, and maybe people are in similar phases or getting into that or just getting out of that phase, whatever it is, I feel like whatever phase you're in, I really, really, and I'm talking also to my younger self and to everybody else, don't try to be so hard on yourself. And I'm learning to let go of control. Don't try to control everything and everyone around you and the outcomes of things. Because imagine, what if that one thing you're stressing about, imagine, let's say you want this one job and it's happening in 2 months. And all that time leading up to that 2 months, you're stressing yourself every day, beating yourself up, trying to work harder, blah, 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 blah. And then you get it. But with all that stress, what if you would have just was breathing a little bit more, trusting in yourself, still working towards it, but just letting it come to you? Maybe it would have come quicker. Maybe you could have enjoyed the job more. You know what I want to say is just don't try to force, and don't try yeah, just don't try to force anything and try to breathe and trust in yourself because you have all the answers. I think that's what I want to say.
What is meant to be for you will never ever miss you.
Yes.
And you already have all of the answers you need inside of yourself. That's so true.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's really, really hard to believe that sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Including me. For real. But then at the end of the day, I don't know how you feel about it, guys. But if you really look on everything where you thought, oh my God, this is the worst thing that happened. Oh my God, how am I getting out of this? Did it work out in the end? Maybe not as you have envisioned, but did you come out of this toxic relationship? Did you come out of this job? Did you get out of whatever school you didn't want to, whatever it is, that relationship with yourself? Look at it honestly with true eyes, like a bird from outside, look at it from above and be like, actually, maybe everything turned out okay in the end.
Mm-hmm.
If you're right now in a phase where it feels like it's not going to be okay and it's truly the worst thing ever, you're going to get through this. You're going to get through this and it hurts and it's shitty. You're going to get through this because you can't, there's no way that it's always going to be that way for the rest of your life.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't have anything to add.
Yeah.
Life's changing all the time. The only constant that we have in life is the fact that everything and everybody changes. That's the only thing that stays the same.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So is there anything left you want to advertise for? I mean, your Instagram and everything has already been put down below the whole episode, guys.
No, actually.
For your movie.
Yes, go watch Meet
Go
to
watch
Meet
the movie.
in theaters starting July 3rd.
July.
And if you want to follow also my intensive workshop Instagram, it's called growth.intensives. And I'm going to post there whenever I do workshops. If you have any questions also regarding, I don't know, life or dance work industry, please just feel free to text me and DM me, and I'm happy to answer and make time for you guys. Yay! Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being back. Oh my God, it already feels like 2 years later now. You're like, oh my God, do you remember 2 years ago what we talked? It was like,
Let's see where I'm at in 2 years.
2 years ago, we're like, oh my God, that's it. This year, we're like, oh my God, that's it. 2 years, next 2 years, we're like, what the fuck were we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening. As I already said, you can find our Instagrams down below, grenzenlos.ygp and also grenzenlos.lat. And yeah, we have Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Audible, iTunes, whatever. You can find us on nearly each platform. If you want to support us, leave a comment, leave a 5-star recommendation if you feel like it. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching and see you again in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.